Hello crafty friends, my name's Alicia, but you can call me Crafty Al. And in today's video, I'm going to be showing you a SheetLoad alternative using the November 2025 SheetLoad of cards and some printables from Sara Lihz of Sassy's LLC. Welcome, or perhaps welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad that you're here today. Earlier this month, I debuted the latest SheetLoad of cards November 2025, which is a special collaboration with Sara Lihz of Sassy's LLC. If you have not yet found out how to download your free printable and the bonuses that we've both shared, make sure to check out my debut video and Sara Lihz's, which are both linked in the description box below. In my process video on the 2nd, I showed you how I made these 4 cards using Sara Lihz's printable for sentiments and then some of my digital papers that I have given to subscribers and channel members for the pattern papers on the cards. Well, today I'm going to be using some bonus printables that Sara Lihz has shared on her Patreon, both for paying members and free members. So make sure to check out her links in the description box below. And she also shared a video last week where she goes through all of the pages in the files, tells you who can download them, and shows you some great examples using them. I will have that video linked down there as well. When she created her bonus printables for this month, she went with a thankful or gratitude theme, and because she knows that I love rainbows, that is also one of the themes she went with. So I thought for today I would use this thanks and gratitude printable, and there are 2 1/4 inch circles, and this is part of her paid Patreon membership. But just to show you that you can get other stuff, just go over there and join for free. I will be using some of her digital papers that she has created and shared. Now, she does have a couple more pages, I believe, that have some sentiments that are also in the freebie. Again, watch her video and get all of the details. I am going to be switching my cards up a little bit to show you something different. And instead of using cardstock for CS1, I'm actually going to use one of the patterns, and then all my stripes will be in that opposite pattern paper. And I'll show you how I'm going to have, well, I guess 2 pairs of 2 different cards, just depending on what I put in the background and the pattern papers I use for the strips. When I get into the process, I will tell you about other products and tools I'm using, but as always, if I ever leave you with any questions, feel free to leave those down in that comment section below, and I'll get back to you just as soon as I can. Let's get crafty! For my cards today, I'm going to be cutting the CS1A and pattern papers A and B from Sara Lihz's digital papers. I chose the polka dots and then the kind of the gratitude word striped rainbow. And because my printer does not print all the way to the edge, the first thing I did was cut off that white, and it was between 1/8 of an inch and 1/4 of an inch off each side, and that left me plenty of room to cut what I needed. What I'm going to do is cut 2 columns, one that is 4 inches wide and the other one will be 3.5 inches wide. There are some scraps left over after cutting, and later I'll show you how I use those. Once I have my 2 columns, I'm going to take the skinnier one, the 3.5 inch wide one, and cut that into 2 pieces that are 4 3/4 inches tall. Then I'll take the second column, the 4 inch wide, and I'm going to cut until I get 10 strips that are 3/4 of an inch tall. Each of the cards needs 5, and since I'll be able to get 4 total, I need to get 2 cards worth from each of the pattern papers. Now keep in mind, you do not need to write down any of these dimensions that I am telling you, because you can get that free printable in this month's debut video if you don't already have it. I cut the second piece of pattern paper in the same exact way, and then I did the rest of the cutting off camera. For this, I cut CS2A out of white cardstock. I made 4 Concord Grape card bases, and because that base is dark, I put some white cardstock on the inside and used some of the leftover pattern paper scraps to decorate them. I will show you how I add the skinny strips to their pattern paper backer, but if you want a full process video, make sure to check out the description box below. This month's printable has a third page that has an alignment helper on it, and I went ahead and laminated mine so I can reuse it over and over. I temporarily tacked down my large piece of pattern paper, which is standing in for cardstock 1A on these cards, and once that was in place, I added each of my 5 strips, adding the adhesive to the back and then angling them and aligning them each time with that alignment helper. Once all of those are in place, I carefully remove this piece from the laminated card, and then I'm just going to trim off the excess on the edges. Now it's time to work on the focal points, and like I mentioned, I'm going to be using Lihz's sentiment printable. She has some sentiments that are single by themselves and some that go together. They are all so fun. For the sentiments, I'm using a stitch circle from my stash, and then for the scallop circle backer, I am using a die from Lihz's die set with Trinity Stamps and Concord Grape cardstock. Off camera, I adhered the 2 circle layers together and added some foam tape to the back for a little dimension. Now on this, you could definitely move the sentiment around. Originally the sketch called for it to be centered top to bottom and left to right, but since all of my stripes are the same, I'm going to put the sentiment on today's cards kind of centered in the top portion so there's even borders on the top, left, and right. I completed putting the rest of the cards together off camera, and here are some close-up looks at the finished set. I hope you enjoyed seeing how I use Lihz's digital sentiments and papers to create 4 alternative cards using the November 2025 sheet load. If you did, as always, a thumbs up is appreciated. Don't forget to check out those links in the description box. And until my next video, I hope you're all having a crafty day. Bye-bye. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch all the way to the end of the video. I hope now you'll consider clicking on one of the videos or playlists I have linked above. And if you are interested in any of the products or tools I used in today's video, I do have some links in the description box below.